Okay, and action! Woo! We are live. Now we are live. So, we just have to wait until the people will come in because of the little delay we had.
Sure.
And yeah, I think it happened when two bimbos are like, it's like, yeah, it's.
Technology, what can we do?
So, oh, 1 second, I just have a little problem with the technique. One moment.
Sure, no worries.
Um, oh my god. I have a little problem right now. Um,
Okay.
because I can hear myself double. I can hear me like in the delay, and
Oh
now
no.
I just have to take a look what's going on.
Sure, no
Um,
worries.
okay, what should I do? Okay. Um, I will be back right now. Okay, now is everything fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now we are back again. So I'm sorry, I just had a second. I had the stream online in another window on my computer, and
Oh
so I'm a cat. I'm a confused worker. That's the problem. I have everything open on my computer, but yeah, now we can start. So many people are here. We
no.
are already 17 people. That's amazing. Oh my god. So yeah, today I'm here with baby girl LUNE. And how are you? I hope you're fine.
Yes, very well, thank you.
That's great. That's great. So we want to talk about today about your bimbofication and your life, you as a bimbo. And the first question I just want to add in every stream from now on is like, which pronouns should I use for you? How do you want to what should I use?
I love that you're doing that. Inclusion is really important to me, so I'm she, her.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Then we can talk about your vivification, and if there are people with any questions in the chat, you can ask it, and we will also answer questions from the chat. And oh my God, I can see it's Dolly Mix. She's also here. Hi, Dolly
Yay!
Mix. Nice to see you. She was the first guest in the first bimbo talk I made, and I have the T-shirt on. We decided together,
Yeah,
the bimbo
and
prank
me.
shirt. Woo! It's like a Dolly Mix shop stream. So, the first question I have is, when did your bimbo personality take over? How old have you been when you said like you want to change to a bimbo?
So it's kind of been in my head since I was quite young. Like when I was a kid, I like really idolized people like Pamela Anderson. Like I was a huge Baywatch fan. And like when people used to ask me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I used to say I wanted to be a Baywatch babe.
Oh, that's so cool.
So it's kind of I've always loved things that are a little bit extra and yeah, like at the more extreme end of things. So it's kind of been brewing under the surface for a while. But I've kind of been actively pursuing it for like the past 2 years.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. It was like at me. It was also like in my childhood. When I think about my childhood, I see like many signs that are like, oh, I was a child. In my heart, I was always a bimbo. But yeah,
Yeah.
like the little things, like when I wanted to have like a lot of makeup to my 10th birthday, and I said to my parents, "I'm 10 now. I can wear makeup now." And they'd be like, "No, you can't wear makeup with 10." And I was like, "Why not? I'm 10
Oh, I
years
love
old
that.
now." Or I wanted my room completely pink, and you have to imagine my dad is colorblind. He can't see red, and
Oh,
he can see all the colors, but not red and green. But he wanted to mix the colors at himself for my room, and then he mixed like a really ugly pink. It was the ugliest pink I'd ever seen, but
oh
he was so proud that he mixed the color.
no.
And I
Oh,
came home from school when I was in first grade, and my room have been like in the ugliest pink I ever seen. And the whole
oh
room was
no.
already painted. And he asked me if I like it, and I was like, Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
I was the same. I always wanted a pink room, and I never got one when I was a kid, so I have this one now instead.
Oh, yeah, that's the great thing when you're an adult. You can do all the things you wanted to have as a child, but now no one can stop you.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I will have ice cream for dinner, and there's nothing anyone can say about it.
that's perfect. Did you had a bimbo that was like really inspiring for you? You already named Pamela Anderson, but also maybe someone from the bimbo community, or I don't know.
So, I mean, as I say, like I always had those kind of more mainstream idols when I was younger. And then kind of coming to the community, it's never like the huge people that I kind of want to emanate. It's the smaller people who are like kind of building the community and stuff, like it's Dolly Mix, who tries so hard to make such a kind of inclusive and incredible community. Those, people like that are the people that I have the most respect for.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. And yeah, it can be sometimes hard when you change yourself to the bimbo yourself, when you have lip fillers or when you get your extravagant style. How did your family and friends reacted when you changed yourself, when you began to wear like more skimpy clothes and everything?
So I've always had kind of quite stylized looks. Like from when I was 13, I was a goth, and that lasted like into my 20s. And but I always had that kind of underlying love of like I was such a Barbie girl when I was a kid, and like that kind of love never left me. But instead of kind of hiding it away, I just kind of embraced it. And I think I'm so lucky because like my family support me and know everything I do, my friends do, and I don't think they were surprised. It was like, oh, that's what she's going for next.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool that they have been like so supportive. I remember I was like the
Yeah.
completely difference, the completely opposite from a bimbo when I was like, I mean, I'm 20, I'm still not old, but when I was like,
Such a
yeah,
baby.
but when I was 13, I started to make myself dreadlocks, and I haven't worn makeup until I was 17 or 18 years old.
Oh my
And I always
gosh.
have been like, I had like some highlights with green directions in my dreadlocks and so on.
Oh, I used to use directions
Yeah,
hair color.
that was like so perfect because you can change the look so often. But in my dreadlocks, it just looked
Yeah.
like they have been rotten because yeah, the green color washed out. It was not that beautiful, and I always wear yoga pants and so on. So for my friends and family, it was like they've been like not so supportive because it was such a drastic change, like from the girl without
Yes.
makeup and everything to the bimbo with like two boob jobs with 20s. They have been not that supportive,
Yeah.
but it's super cool that your friends and family have been supportive. That's really important to have people in your life that support you, that makes you happy. That's a really great thing.
Yeah.
Oh, the,
Yeah, I'm really lucky. Like my mum's incredible. I did a documentary for oh, what's it called? Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't remember the name of the documentary now. Why am I like this? It's by the same people who do Hooked on the Look, and
Backcroft,
they
truly.
interviewed my mum. Yes,
Ah,
brand new
oh
me,
yes, I have been
yes.
there at last week. They've been here.
Oh, fantastic, so
Yeah, it was so
exciting.
cool.
But they interviewed my mum because I don't think a lot of people have like such support, like familial support as I do. And my mum was like she just wasn't surprised. She's just as long as I'm safe and happy, then she's
Oh.
happy. And like when I got my boob job, the night that I got it done after she knew I was safe out of surgery, she went and brought me a juicy couture
Oh,
bra
that's
because
so
she was like, let's
cool.
celebrate the
Oh my
boobs.
god, that's amazing.
Yeah, she's the best. I love my
Oh,
mum.
oh my god, that's so cute. That's like really, really cute. That makes me happy. That made my day. It's like really cute.
She wears she's met Dolly and she wears it's Dolly Mix
Oh
clothes as
really? Oh
well.
my god, that's amazing.
She is the bimbo mama.
that
She may be watching, I'm not sure.
Oh, then we will record it so she can watch it also afterwards if she's not watching it. But that's super cool. I'm so happy for you that you have such a cool mom. You have such a good relationship. I think that's really
Yeah.
cool. It's really cool. Oh my god. And yeah, you have so much positive feedback in your friends and family? Did you also had like negative reactions, or did everyone has been like happy with it?
No, like no one in my actual personal life has ever been negative. I think the thing is, I've always been quite an outspoken person. I've always kind of had alternative lifestyles and looks. So I don't think anyone I kind of know was really surprised. The only negative, sometimes I get negativity online, but I don't care about
Oh, it
that.
slowly makes sense when she's watching. Oh my god, that's so cool.
Yay!
Hi, baby girl Lune's mama.
Bimbo Mama.
That's super cool that she's so supportive to you. I mean, like my parents are completely the difference. They don't even want to have contact with
Oh,
me anymore because they feel so
I'm so
ashamed.
sorry. Well, you can share my mama. It's fine.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I haven't seen them for 2 years. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
I can't change it. That's the thing. I'm really happy in my life, and that's the thing. It's like the most important
there
thing
you
that
go.
you live your life, that you're happy with it. I mean, you don't live
Yeah,
for.
if you're living
Yeah,
authentically, then there's nothing anyone else can
yeah.
say.
That's it's really like that. And what else question do we have? I always yeah. With all the talking, I forget the questions. Um, Yeah, what was your first surgery? Was your first, did you have your first lip fillers or a boob job, or how did you start it?
So I've been kind of, I mean, my modification is wider than just like plastic surgery. So, like, I've got quite a lot of piercings and tattoos that I consider part of my
Mm-hmm,
modification. And I've been getting those since well, I've been getting piercings for years, but I started getting tattooed when I was
mm-hmm,
18. I corset train, and then I started getting lip fillers, gosh, maybe 7 years
mm-hmm.
ago. And they were really, really tiny before, so it started me well. And then I started getting Botox as well, and then I got my boob job just
Mm-hmm.
last year.
Oh, that's cool. That's super
Yeah.
cool. And you talked about your tattoos, and I can already see one of your tattoos on your shoulder. How many tattoos do you have?
I don't actually know. I've got quite a lot. Like my legs are quite covered, and I've got like my
Mm-hmm.
back done, and I've got quite a few.
Do you have a favorite one, a favorite tattoo, or something that means the
I
most?
do. I've got on my leg. I've got a. Shall I show it? I don't know if it'll come up on the camera. This one's my favorite one.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if you can
Yeah, I
see
can
that.
see it. Oh, it's beautiful, and it's huge. Did it hurt a lot, or how many?
That one didn't hurt very much because it was mainly shading, but most recently I got the sides of my head
Mhm.
tattooed. That hurt.
Oh, I believe that. The skin is so thin. I never had a tattoo because I can't decide what I want to have. But I also had piercings. I had like many face piercings, and the last piercing in my face I had was the septum, and
Oh, that's one of my
yeah, I loved it,
favorites.
but unfortunately, the 6 weeks after it was healed up, I was allowed to change the piercing, and I bought a too small one, and I put it in, and it took like two
Oh,
hours for me to get it in, and then it locked in,
oh
but it was
no.
too small, and then it started to get blue here on the nose because it was so tight,
Oh
and I was like, oh
no.
my god, it's like 1 a.m., but I have to go to the hospital now, and then I've been in the hospital,
Oh
and they've been
no.
like, we don't know what to do exactly. And the doctor, he's been like trying for 30 minutes to get it out. And then the nurse came and she was like 2 minutes and it was out. And after that, I never put it in again. And I got a 300 euro bill afterwards because it was like
Oh
my fault that this
gosh.
happens. And they said like I have to pay it on my own. And it was like,
Oh
it was the
no.
stupidest thing because I mean, like, yeah, I didn't put it in afterwards because I was so scared because it hurts a lot.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it was so stupid. But I love piercings. Do you still have piercings?
Yes, I've got four, I think, in my face.
Ah, oh, I can't see it right now.
um,
Where are they?
so I've got the sides of my nose, my septum, and I've got on my top lip as
Oh,
well.
that's cool. That's cool. Oh my god,
I like symmetry.
but it's cool. I like piercings. I'm thinking about getting my belly button again because I had to put it out after the Brazilian butt lift because I had to lay on the belly and
Oh
it
gosh,
hurted
of
so much
course.
on the boobs and on the belly button because of all the pressure, but I really miss it. I love belly button piercings. It's like,
Yeah, they look so
yeah,
cute.
it's great. And what question do we also have? You talked about your boob job. How many cc do you have right now?
So mine are 300
Oh,
cc's. I did want to go for more, but because of my health, I couldn't go quite as big as I wanted. But I'm hopeful that maybe in the future I can increase that because my body reacted well to the surgery and healed up fine. But we'll
ah,
see.
I have a funny story. I made a video here today about my old boobs, and that's a 315 cc implant. I love it. It's like a stress ball. You can play with it when you have like
Yeah.
a stressful situation. And you talked about your health. You maybe would like you made an Instagram post about it, about your health and mummification and surgeries. Maybe you would like to talk about it.
Sure, yeah. I mean, so I've been on and off poorly for most of my life, and when I was 26, I found out that they'd actually diagnosed me when I was 10 with it's called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. No one's ever heard of it, don't worry. It's meant to be quite a rare condition, but it affects basically all the workings of your body. So like I have my joints will dislocate and like sometimes healing can be
Mm-hmm.
affected and digestion and all
Oh
sorts of
no.
other fun things. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, generally speaking, I've got quite good control over it
Mm-hmm.
now. But obviously, it does kind of hinder quite how extreme I can go
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
surgeries. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But if you're happy with the size, and I think like, I mean, there are bimbos with like want to go extreme, but bimbofication is like more from your head and everything, and how you're acting, and
Absolutely.
not completely like from I have like the biggest boobs on earth. It's like not just
No,
just.
exactly that. And that's kind of what I wanted to get across in that post was, if you aren't able to do the things that perhaps you might want to because of like your body limitations or even through, some people straight up can't afford it. And that doesn't make them less of a
Yeah, that's
bimbo
right.
because they can't do those things. And that's kind of what I wanted to get
Yeah, it's
across.
like it's I mean like at the beginning like the first boob job, it's like crazy how you have to save all the money. It's so expensive to have a surgery. I mean like it's like really hard to get the money for like even lip fillers. I mean like when I had my lip fillers,
Yes.
I worked at a hairdresser. I earned like 300 euros a month. You have to imagine.
Oh
It's like
gosh.
nothing, and I lived on my own. I haven't lived at
Yeah,
my parents' house, and it was like so hard to get like lip fillers at the
of
beginning.
course.
But yeah, it's like yeah, but it don't makes you less a bimbo if you don't have like the huge lips.
No,
I mean, yeah,
absolutely.
it's really much
Yeah.
mindset.
It's I think it's Yeah, I think it's such a personal thing, and it's just not really an opinion I'd seen kind of voiced, so I wanted to do
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
And I can see you wear a corset right now. It's so beautiful. Do you often
Thank
wear
you.
corsets for like getting a more shaped waist or for the look? Or do you know a few things about corsets? Because I love corsets and I'm thinking about waist training. Um, is this
Yes.
corset made for waist training or is it more accessoire?
Yes, it
Ooh.
is. Yeah, so I used to waist train back in my gothier
Mhm.
days. I used to waist train quite heavily, like I would wear a corset for about 8 hours every
Oh
day.
wow.
Um, and I got my waist down by like, I think it was by 7 inches by the
Mhm.
end of it. But then that was when I was still at university, and then obviously it's not quite as practical when you're working in an
Mhm.
office. Um, but it's something I've recently kind of gone back to, and I try and wear it every day now just
Mhm.
to kind of keep it up.
Ah, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I just wanted to get a corset too. I still have to get like how big I am and everything, so I can do it
Yes,
for my body. But I love the look of corsets, and
yes, I do.
but I don't have one right now. I just have like the medicine corset after the Brazilian butt lift, and that's like a corset
Ah,
from the knees up to the boobs, and it's like it don't look
gosh.
beautiful. It's like a beige tone. It's like it's nothing for
Oh.
every day, I think.
Yeah, that's like the bra they give you after you've had a boob
Ooh.
job. It's not
Yeah,
pretty.
I was lucky. I had to buy my bra on my own for this boob job, and it was so funny. I walked with my 400 and 350 cc in the store, and they said like, I need the biggest bra you have. I have a surgery because I had like a jump from 400 cc up to 1300 cc, and the woman she was like
Yes.
50 years old, and she was like not open. She didn't look like she's so open for plastic surgery. And she was like,
Yes.
yeah, are you sure you need our biggest one? And I was like, yeah, I need your biggest one. I will have a boob job soon. And she was like, yeah, but our biggest one, it's a G cup. And I was like, yeah, please give it to me. And she was like, the whole time she was trying to say to me that I should not buy the biggest one they have. And in the end, it was
Oh,
like nearly too tight when I bought the biggest one, and it was okay. It has to be tight after a boob job, but
of
I
course,
can't bear it
yeah.
now. I can't bear it for my daily life. That's the thing. But yeah, I was lucky. I had to buy. I bought two bras, and so I could change it because it's like very hard when you can't
Yes,
change the bra for 5 weeks.
of
Oh my god! I
course.
remember my best friend. She had a boob job last year in autumn, and she fell down the stairs after 2 weeks. And
Oh
at the first she
gosh.
was like, "It's okay, it's okay." And after 1 week, we could see that it's licking. The wound was a little bit
Oh
licking,
no.
and then she had to have a second surgery, not with full anesthesia, but with like local anesthesia. So they had to open everything again and push everything out and
Oh,
clean it. And in the end, the recovery took 10 weeks for her instead of 5.
oh my
And she was
gosh,
like,
that's
yeah, it was
awful.
terrible. She couldn't sleep. How she was just allowed to sleep on the back for 10 weeks. No sport, no fitness for 10 weeks. She
Oh,
was like so annoyed in the end, and now she's very careful when she had a surgery with walking stairs. But it was like, yeah, it
yes.
was a dumb situation. But she's fine now. It moves everything
Oh,
healed
thank
up
goodness for
great. It's
that.
just funny because you still can see the stitches because they had to stitch it again, and you can see, yeah,
Of
but everything
course,
is healed up.
yeah.
She's fine. She's fine.
Oh, thank goodness. But with corsets, I can definitely recommend you some good
Oh
places to buy
yeah.
them. But it's really wise to kind of like there's a site I buy a lot of mine from. It's called Glamorous Corsets, and they you can email them and they will help you with what will be good for your body
Ah,
shape. Because I've got quite a long torso, but I can still wear this is quite a short
mhm,
corset, which is more comfy for every
mhm.
day. But they'll be able to kind of guide you on what will work best for your body shape. But always go for steel bones, otherwise it won't do anything.
And how's it called? I don't understand the name.
It's glamorous
Ah, Glamorous.
corsets.
Okay, I have to Google that afterward. That's amazing. It looks so cute. I really like the pink color. May I ask how tall are
Yeah.
you?
So I'm 5'8". I'm quite
Do you
tall.
know what it is in centimeters? I don't know.
You're asking a
I'm
bimbo for
sorry.
a
I'm so
calculation here,
stupid. I
Jessie.
just know the problem is I just know centimeters. I'm always like completely confused when someone is talking about inches. Um, yeah, but I think you're tall. Are you tall? You look tall.
I am
Oh,
quite
okay,
tall,
okay.
yeah.
That's enough. That's enough. I need to know. um, yeah. What else do we want to talk? How are people reacting on your modification? Like on the street?
Generally speaking, generally speaking, as I say, like people in my real life are really happy for me. They know that I'm kind of feeling better about myself and more confident than I ever have been in the
Mhm.
past. As I said before, sometimes people are rude on the internet, but those aren't people who know who I
Mhm.
am. So their opinion is none of my
Yeah,
business.
that's right. You don't live for other people. You live for yourself, and you have to be happy. It's like
Exactly.
sometimes people can be really, really rude to me. Like a few days ago, I was in the store, and there was a man, and I don't know. Oh, he didn't. he did he was like, maybe he had like a few problems with himself, I don't know, but he was like, at
Mm.
first he was like catcalling. I thought like, okay, that happens often, many people are
Oh,
catcalling. And then he walked through me at the store like, for a few minutes, and then he described what he wanted to do with my body and everything. And I was
oh
like, oh my god,
gosh.
I was absolutely not in the mood for any flirt or any
No.
catcalling, anything. I had a really bad day. And he was walking, and then he got like very, very aggressive, like, I want to do this with your booty, and I will do that. I can say everything because we're on
Yeah.
YouTube, but I will do that the whole night, and even you don't want to. And he was like very, very aggressive. And in the end, some
Yeah.
employees from the store came and said he has to go
Oh,
right
thank
now. But I was
goodness.
so scared. I was like really, really scared.
Yeah.
It feels so uncomfortable. That's like the one extreme, that people are like extreme
Yeah.
offensive and flirty, and like really,
Yes.
really sometimes. I mean, I like it when people are saying like, "Oh, I really like how you're looking at everything," but don't if
Yeah.
they are like so aggressive. Oh my God, Ray has calculated it. You're 1 meter 72. Okay.
There you go. Thank you so
Thank you, Ray.
much.
Thank you. Oh, that's all. That's all. But on the other hand, people can be also very, very nice, like friendly and like friendly,
Yes.
flirty, but also like, yeah, sometimes not so friendly because they don't like your look. But it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, as we said, you have to be happy with yourself, and you're not living for other people.
Yes.
That's like my mantra.
No, exactly. And I think, I mean, sometimes, generally, women either don't say anything or they're really nice. But I do sometimes with guys, it can, as you said, when you kind of say, like, I'm always polite, I'm a very polite person, but I'll be like, I'd rather you didn't, speak to me in that way. And it can become aggressive. Like I've been followed couple of times and stuff, but I think generally I can hold my own.
Yeah, always I have my pepper spray with me now, because
Very
sometimes when
wise.
you're alone in a big city, it can be really uncomfortable. It's just like giving me a
Absolutely.
confidence boost when I know like I can pepper them and run away or anything.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
do you live? Where do you live? You live in Great Britain, I know. Do you live in?
Yes, in
Oh, oh my God,
London.
that's so amazing. That's so cool.
Yeah,
And
I love it
how's
here.
bimbofication in Great Britain? Is it like known, or are there many girls with plastic surgery or extreme look, or is it more like underground, like not so many people are like into it?
I think it's probably more underground still. I think it's gaining more
Mhm.
popularity. I don't think you see that many people with plastic surgery, but things like fillers and Botox, I think are a lot more popular than they used to
Mhm.
be. I remember when I first started getting my lips filled, as I say, about 7 years ago. I remember people in the office at that time I worked in were a bit kind of, ooh, don't know about that. But now it seems to be much more
Mhm.
common. In terms of bimbo, I don't think there's that many bimbos in the UK personally, but I think there's a lot of kind of similar themes in terms of like
Mhm.
dollification and things like
Mhm.
that, that kind of run parallel to
Mhm.
bimbo.
Ah, that's cool. It's also in Germany, and I mean in Austria, it's a little bit not that big as. It's even smaller than in Germany, but with lip fillers and everything, the people get opener for it. I imagine. I remember when I have been in my old work at the hair salon. Um, when I talked about plastic surgery to my coworkers, like there came up one of the coworkers and said like, "Oh, I really would like to have a boob job. How is it? Or I really would like to have a nose job. Or I really would like to have a lip filler, not as big as you, Jesse, but maybe
Yeah,
like 1 cc, like just a little bit bigger." And I think the people get more
yeah,
open for the theme. And for me, it's like not a big difference if I
yes.
get like lip fillers or if I get my hair bleached. So yeah.
Yeah, so I'm exactly the same as that. It's just another form of modification for me, which I've been doing kind of for most of my life at this stage,
Mhm.
anyhow. But I do think you're right. I think when sometimes other people when they see that you are getting fillers or kind of making changes, I think it makes them feel more open to do that themselves. Like quite a few of my friends have then gone and gotten lip fillers as a result of my getting
Ooh.
them. So
But
that's
that's
cool.
that's really really cool. People get open more for it, and that's great because everyone should like be what a person want to be and want to look like a person want to
Absolutely.
look, and that's just great. That's just great. And oh my god, I just have to take a look. Oh, someone so many people are writing in the comments. Ray has written he's 1 meter 88. Oh, that's really tall. That's really tall. I'm a small person. I'm like 1 meter 52. I don't know. Is it, you
Oh,
know, it's like really, really small. I have like, how much is it in inches? It's like 5, or is it 4'9" or 5'0"? I don't
oh
know.
my
I'm
gosh.
a small
I'm
person.
gonna look like a giant next to you.
I can still wear t-shirts. I have the t-shirt in child size for child's within
Oh,
it's 128. That's for 10 years old. And I mean, it's a crop
oh,
top because of the boobs, but when I would be flat, I
still
could wear
works.
it. Yeah, I'm a short person. I'm a short person, but it's okay. It's okay. I like it. I like it. I always wanted to be bigger when I was like 14 or 15 years old because I stopped growing when I was 10. I still have t-shirts from when I was 10 years
Oh.
old. It's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, I just stopped growing, but it's okay. Yeah, 4'10". Ray has written it's 4'10". Okay, thank you, Ray. I can't
Oh,
remember.
so tiny.
Yeah, but I can wear high heels a lot, so mostly people are like, when I put off my high heels, are like confused, like, oh, you're so small. I thought you're bigger because I always wear high heels when I'm like out, when I'm on the
Yeah.
street with friends or anything, and I just like high heels.
Yeah, I do. And I used to be scared because I am quite tall, and some people used to be kind of intimidated when I'd wear heels as well, especially guys, because I am really tall when I've got my heels on. And that used to make me feel really kind of anxious about it, but life's too short for
Yeah, that's right.
that.
That's right. And what else did we have written? I just have to focus on the questions because we're talking and
Sure.
talking, then we forget the question. Yeah, you are on Instagram. I know. Do you have
Yeah.
any other pages where the people can find you, like Twitter, like I don't know, OnlyFans or anything? Where do you all active on?
So I'm on Twitter as well and OnlyFans, and I am in the process of setting up Pocket Stars at the
Oh.
moment, but that's still a work in progress.
Yeah, it's hard to create a new page, to set up everything. It takes like
Yeah,
a really long time. And do you
yeah,
also shoot like adult movies or that's
yes,
cool. That's cool.
yeah.
And I got sometimes contacted by agencies for adult videos from Great Britain and London. How is the porn industry in Great Britain? Is it like common there? Are there many people who are doing porn, or is it more like a small business and no one is talking about it? How's it going?
I think it's become a lot more normalized, which I think is so great. I mean, even since coronavirus and lockdown, people were kind of giving OnlyFans and things like that a go. And I know a lot of people were kind of irritated about like the influx into the
Mhm.
market, but I think it's amazing. I think that being in the adult industry should be
Mhm.
normalized. There's nothing wrong with it. And for me, it's a positive thing.
Mhm.
I can't say, I mean, mine are mainly kind of self-shot, and I'm planning to do some collabs soon, but mostly kind of just, by myself. But I would be kind of interested in like branching out
Mhm.
when I'm yeah, before too long. So we will see.
Yeah, it should be more normalized. Like everyone's watching it,
Yeah,
but everyone is like shit talking about the girls who's doing it. I mean,
exactly.
I remember like I moved from Germany to Austria, and in my old apprenticeship I made, so I didn't finish it. I stopped it after 2 years because I moved, and I got fired because my boss found out about my Instagram and OnlyFans and everything.
Oh,
It's a long story, but after that, when I started TikTok and everything, many people from my old school found out what I'm
Mm,
doing, and I have still contact to a few friends from the school, and she told me like that many people are really shit talking at me, and also said
yeah,
name from persons I had good contact with before, and what they're saying about me because I asked her. And the funny thing is
yeah.
like there are people talking really bad stuff about me like in the class, but like then they are writing me on Snapchat like, oh, how do you will be back in the town? How you would like to meet up or anything like that. So it's like it's so stupid, like you shouldn't shit
Yeah,
talk.
I've had some of that, like because I worked in banking before I moved on to
Ooh.
sex work, and someone I once put about my OnlyFans on my Instagram, and someone I used to work with accidentally responded to me rather than sending the message she wanted to send to someone else, and was like, "Well, at least she's making money," and I was like, "Yes, I
Yeah.
am." I don't, those people, like, I don't care what they think. It's none of my
Yeah.
business and it's not going to pay my bills. So,
Yeah, we should all focus just on the positive things and not on the bad
absolutely.
stuff. Um, so then we have a little bit more of yeah. I think like I get often dick pics and other pictures, like maybe sometimes also funny pictures from things I didn't expect. Like people sending me pictures from his dick with Q-tips in it. And I
Oh
was
my
like, it was
God.
so funny. And I talked also with Aviva. I made the last Bimbo talk. If she had any funny or disturbing stories about dick pics or anything. Did you expect all ever anything crazy or funny? Someone send it to you where you don't know how to react or
I mean, I'm a bit sad now because none of mine have been that creative. They're all very standard. I get very odd messages, and I get like, yeah, it's daily the dick pics. Just don't go into your other inbox on Instagram. I
yeah, it's
think
like
is the best idea. But no, generally they're pretty standard.
that's fine. So it's nothing disturbing within. Sometimes there can be like people.
No, no, nothing interesting. It's always the same angle.
Mhm.
Like I have received the same picture from multiple
Oh,
people
really?
as well. And I'm like, well, some of you are lying.
Or it's one person with many different accounts. We don't know.
Who can say?
Yeah, but I think the most pics you get on Snapchat, that's like a place where you get like nearly just dick pics, but yeah.
Yeah.
But not the creative. The creative one I get mostly on Twitter. On Twitter, the people are the creative ones.
Oh my gosh, yes. Messages on Twitter are something else.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I just laugh about it, and yeah.
Yeah, what else can you
Yeah,
do?
that's exactly. And yeah, let us again talk about the Bimbo community. What do you say? What are the principles about the Bimbo community? What makes you to Bimbo?
So for me, I think it's a very personal kind of thing, and I think everyone will have a different answer, and I totally respect that. Like I don't speak for everyone else, and I never would pretend
Hmm.
to. But for me, like it is a lot about the community, and for me, when I really try and kind of boil down what bimbo
Hmm.
is, it's embracing your sexuality and losing the shame of
Hmm.
that. And however you decide to, if you decide to show that
Hmm.
physically, with surgeries or whatever, then absolutely great. But I don't think it requires those things. I think accepting and embracing that sexuality and, actively trying to shed that
Hmm.
shame, that for me is the most important
Hmm.
thing.
Oh, that's right. That's super. And do you would say like the Bimbo community is part of the LGBTQI plus community?
In my mind, personally, no. I think of it more as like a lifestyle choice. I know for a lot of people it's like a fetish and things like that, and I totally understand
Hmm.
that standpoint as well. But for me, it is a choice of
Hmm.
lifestyle, whereas I am part of the
Hmm.
LGBTQ plus community, and that's not a
Hmm.
choice, if that makes
Oh, yeah,
sense.
yeah, I understand totally. And are there any things, any advices you would like to give a girl um, who would like to become a bimbo but maybe is scared how the people will react or anything? Are there any advices you would like to give this persons?
Absolutely. I say don't hold back, don't wait, go for it because life is short. You don't have to do these grand, massive changes all at once. You can do it bit by bit, you know, make those changes in your mindset and, then the rest of it will follow. It doesn't require, you to have a great deal of funds to do it. It's just gradually building yourself to be who you want to
Hmm.
be.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, sometimes it can be like really scary if you would like to change your life, but if you don't do it, you will never find out what happened. I mean, like, I was
Exactly.
so. I mean, like, so many things happened in the last 2 years when I started with Instagram, and so many things I never expect that they will happen. Like the moving, the that I can live from the thing I love to do, that it can be my full-time job. It's absolutely amazing, and it would never happen when I would not like try it.
Exactly. You don't know if you don't
Yeah, and
try.
maybe you fail, maybe you're not. You have to find it out, and yeah, I don't.
Absolutely. One of the kind of main things I live my life by is that you don't regret the things that you did that didn't work out. You regret the things that you didn't give a
Yeah.
try. And that's something I truly believe. And I think, if there's something that you want, then give it a go because otherwise you'll never
Yeah,
know.
that's really right. That's right. I don't want to be old and then regret the things I have not done. And yeah,
Exactly. I mean, you can look back and go, oh, might have not been the right choice. Or you can look back and go, what if I had given it a
yeah. I mean,
go? And I know which I'd rather.
and you can learn out of things that failed. Maybe you can learn out of it. And I mean,
Absolutely.
like, it's such a cool thing. All the things you can do in your life, and all the things all experiences you can make. I mean, like, sometimes I get like comments or anything like, what do you will do when you're 50? You won't be able to do that with 50 anymore. And I'm like, yeah, maybe, but now I not just not ju- so my personality, it grows a lot with all the stuff, with all the experiences you made, and maybe I won't be like OnlyFans creator anymore with 50 years old.
You will, you'll be a MILF,
Oh
it's
yeah,
fine.
like for every age there's something. But yeah, you can. Yeah, you have to make experiences, and you have to also grow for your own. And life is not just about focus on what will be when you're 50 or 60 years old. You have to also live in the moment. I mean,
No,
like, it's important to have a plan B in your head, but I mean, like, it's also important
absolutely.
to make experiences.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And I just think I don't like to live with any regrets, so I would never hold myself back anymore. I've done that before and it's just not worth it.
That's so right. So, what else? We don't have so many questions anymore. I just see. What else do we have? Would you say that everyone can be a bimbo, or are there any kind of people who can't become a bimbo?
I think it kind of goes back to if you have the ability to embrace your own sexuality and shed that shame, then for me, anyone can live that lifestyle. I don't think that there is any. I mean, I am, as I said to you, I'm very much focused on inclusion, and it's for me to say, oh, you can only be a bimbo if you get surgeries, for example, is very, exclusionary because there are people who can't afford to or people who can't physically do it. And that for me just doesn't make sense because that's not what being a bimbo is about for me at
Hmm.
all. That might be some people's view, but for me, that's a load of old horse. I don't know. It's just,
Oh, you said it good. You said it good. So
yeah.
it's important. That's great. Yeah, bumpification is not just having surgeries or anything. It's for me, it's like a lot of mindset.
Bigger
I
than
mean,
that.
if you would like to do surgeries, and if you can do surgeries from, if it's
Yes, then
great.
I will support anyone who wants to,
But if
totally.
you can't
Yeah.
do it, it's
But
also
it's
it
not,
don't makes you less a bimbo. So,
Exactly that. And that's my kind of opinion. Like, I support anyone in making personal decisions, in any way, whether it's, physical appearance or, mindset, then I will always support people. But, it's not just hinging on getting bigger
but
boobs.
that's the thing I really, really love about the Bimbo community. I think it's like a really, really open and inclusive community. Like every bimbo is like
Yeah.
supportive to each other. They are all so friendly. I never have met a bimbo who was like shit talking about each other or anyone who was
No.
rude or anything. They are all super friendly and super supportive to each other. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's really important for me. And I love the way that like especially with it's Dolly Mix, the way that she kind of hypes people up and like shares other people's successes. Because I've never been a competitive person, but I know that some people kind of can be a bit competitive, whereas I'm like, no, we can all win. We can all get
Yeah,
to where we want to be, and it doesn't take away from
yeah,
anyone
that's right.
else's
That's
winning.
right.
It's
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I think many
yeah.
girls are, not many girls, many people are like, in other lifestyles. I mean, like when I think back about my real job, about my hairdresser job. I mean, that's what I'm doing is still a real job, but it's like different because sometimes it's a problem because sometimes I'm a little bit a confused person and have really problems to make a routine, everyday routine, because I'm like, that's the problem when you're self-employed. You are like, you can manage your
Of
time on your own,
course.
and that's sometimes
Yeah,
great and sometimes a bad thing because you have to be very, very
yeah,
strict with yourself because when you can do it in 2 hours, you yeah, you have to be very strict to yourself. But in my old job, it was like often a competition. Like in my apprenticeship, like I have the most models. I try to do the most in
mm,
everything, and I never liked that
yeah,
because there was like, oh, I won't show you where I get my model from because then maybe I will don't find a model anymore. So it's like it was like not
absolutely.
a cool.
That's how I felt in banking. It was very much kind of everyone trying to do better than everyone else, and it was a very male-led industry. And that's the thing that I love about sex work is that it's not male-led. It's, and everyone can succeed, and it doesn't take away from anyone else's success when you succeed. Like I want everyone to
Yeah,
win.
that's right.
I will always support other people, other sex workers, other bimbos because it's the only person I'm in competition with is myself to be better than I have been.
That's so right. Then we have already the last question. Is there any guest you would like to see here in the show? Or, yeah, which person you would like to see here?
Okay, I'm going to say Dolly Deluxe because she's always so supportive, and it would be so great to see like a trans bimbo as well. I'm going to say I think her Instagram is Goth Barbie 13 now, and also like, ooh, trying to think of names now.
No problem, no problem. I can read comments in the time. It's Dolly Mix has written, I'm so happy I met both of you. We are a small community and I look forward to growing an inclusive community to create a safer and happier future for us, all to live our lives authentically. Oh my god, it's Dolly Mix. You said it so good. It's so cute. I'm also so happy to
She's
meet
better with
you.
words than I will ever be.
Oh my god, I can't wait to travel to London to meet you at Solly Mix. I wanted to travel there so long, but it was like always, yeah, problem with COVID and everything to travel,
Yes,
and yeah, it's hard because I'm so scared. Because now when you want to travel back from Great Britain, you have to pay the tests on your own and everything, and
of
even you're
course.
vaccinated, you have to go to quarantine. It's like, yeah.
It's very
Yeah, but
long.
one day we will see us. One day I will travel to Great Britain.
Yes.
Oh, Ray has written Vienna. Vienna is my best friend, the girl who had the voice surgery, and she's not allowed to speak right now because of the surgery.
Oh, bless
Yeah, it's
her.
like very hard. We've been in Hamburg, and she had a surgery, and it was the first surgery where she didn't have any pain afterwards because it was just like inside. It was like
Oh, that's so
it was just
good.
like it's a little bit confusing, but they used a big metal thing they put in the mouth, and from there they just closed a little bit of the hole where the voices come out, and it's not that painful, but it has to grow together, and so she's not allowed to speak until
Ah.
next Tuesday, and she's looking so
Oh
forward.
my gosh, I would not be able to manage that. I have no
Right
self-control.
now she's whispering a lot. Like she's living in the same, not in the same
Oh.
apartment, but in the same house. And every time I go up to her or she coming down because we're eating often together lunch, she's like whispering to me, and it's like a little bit. It's cute. It's
Oh.
absolutely cute. But I think it would be so cool to have here Ray. I will ask her if she would like to come here when the voice is finished and she can talk again.
Yeah, definitely. I hope her recovery goes well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward, and she's also absolutely looking forward to talk again. I mean, it's like with the boob job, we both have been like completely taped after the boob job. We have been at the same doctor, and he tapes the boobs completely together, so you have like no gap between that, so you have a beautiful
Oh
décolleté, and
gosh.
you're not allowed to see the boobs because they are from here up to here with tape for 2 weeks. And so it's like so
Oh,
hard because you know you have boobs, but you can't see them. You can't see anything. And
yeah.
it's the same with the voice. She knows she had a surgery, but she can't hear it and she don't feel it. It's like,
Oh.
yeah, that's the problem right now. But just 1 week.
I would struggle so much with that. When I came out of my boo job, I literally was really flat before, and I could straight away, like, I woke up and I looked down and was like,
Or sometimes I have the problem with the Brazilian butt lift because I mean I can see it from the front that my hips are bigger, but I can't see my booty. So I just can see it in the mirror. And
yeah.
sometimes on pictures I'm like nearly like, oh my god, my booty is so big. Is it really my booty? Because I never can see it. That's like yes.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing. But yeah, we're now nearly finished. Are there any last words you would like to say? Any last words you'd like to say to people who are watching, or I don't know.
Um, just thank you to everyone who supports me. If my mama's watching,
Oh.
then thank you, mama. And thank you so much for talking to me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here. It was great to talk to you. I had a lot of fun. And yeah, your Instagram, it's BABYGIRL LUNE. And
So it's basically they keep deleting me.
oh,
So it's baby girl with no A dot loon.
okay. So I'll check out the Instagram of her. You can find your links on the Instagram, or okay, that's great.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. I had a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, so bye, cuties. Bye, everyone. So, and we're finished. Woo!
Yay!